Hello, friends. The American economy is collapsing, and I want to point out exactly why.
Has anybody else just seen like 1,000 TikToks from 1,000 different experts and 1,000 different people struggling, explaining how our economy is like in a free fall collapse and AI is going to take like 80 million jobs away in the next 2 years? And right now, for the first time since 2020, there's more people that are unemployed than there are jobs. So I keep hearing all this. And does anybody else just like, what the is going to happen? Because billionaires are becoming trillionaires and you and I can't afford to eat. And restaurants are shutting at rapid pace. Small businesses are shutting at rapid pace. They're literally killing the middle class. And you can tell how healthy an economy is based on the middle class. And I just hate that the people that are saying this is all by design aren't sounding so cuckoo anymore.
Now, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm not a communist. I'm a conservative Christian, and I am noticing things. And if anybody disagrees with me, that's okay. I'm just here to state the facts.
I literally feel like we're all somehow trapped into a scam. Like, I look around me and nothing feels real to me anymore. Money's fake, food's fake, society feels fake. Like, it honestly just kind of feels like none of this even matters at the end of the day. Like, you're telling me that I have to live another 50 years, living this mundane life, doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result from the week before, living with all of this unnecessary stress and all of this unnecessary pressure, and I'm just supposed to be like chill and okay with it.
Income inequality was a major contribution to the Great Depression. The top 1% was holding on to 24% of the wealth, whereas the top 1% today is holding on to about 31%, and the top 10% are holding on to about 67% of the wealth in the United States, and it just keeps getting worse.
So you wake up early in the morning to go to work to pay for a house that you're never at, and you pay for a car that primarily gets you from and to work, correct? The government takes anywhere from, let's say 30 to 50% of your wages. And then there's things like VAT, which is basically your money getting taxed that was already taxed. You save up your whole life for a pension, which at the end of the day, the government takes 40 to 50% of that. Then in your elder years, you're living off canned soup and bread because that's all you can afford. And then you get your state pension, which you can't get until you're like 180 years old. And even with that, if you die before you get it, you can't even pass it down to your kids. The government takes it. We are all getting scammed so fucking bad.
And it's getting worse and worse every week. We have had 1.1 million people laid off already in the United States since 2025 started. Now, all these people don't have a job, which means they're not going to be out buying as much. That's going to hurt the economy if we're not out there spending. You can't lay people off and take their jobs away and expect them to be able to spend at the same time. And we've got a whole lot more layoffs expected to come through AI implementation.
I can't be the only one who sees that if we stay on this track as a country, that within the next 12 months, we're going to see the absolute decimation of the entry-level white-collar economy, right? I can't be the only one that sees that AI has already put coders, data scientists, website builders on the back burner, and we're quickly seeing a world where even things like paralegals, CNAs, administrative work, marketers that are just completely out of date now in comparison to the instantaneous 24/7 doesn't require payroll worker that is now AI. How many kids are sitting in their 3rd or 5th year of college getting their degree in their specific niche, knowing now that AI more than likely is not just going to be a competitive factor in their job market, but may outright replace them, if not already, soon. Even gig economy things like, let's talk about content creation. Do you understand how much content is going to be going out? How many creators are going to be AI backed, AI infused, AI optimized to pump out so much content at a corporate level that we're going to lose trust in new faces and new voices. You're going to see a new creator pop up and you're going to think, is this AI? Is this person real? We're going to cling to the creators we know, and the creator space, the content creator space, is going to become so much more competitive with optimal content. I watched an AI gorilla do a vlog from a forest, and it was good. And it was completely built by AI. AI podcasts, AI creators, AI content streams, AI job markets. We're going to be not just influenced, we are going to be infiltrated by AI. And within the next year, within the next 12 months, save this, rub it in my face if I'm wrong, but in the next 12 months, we are going to see the death of the entry-level white-collar economy. Anything involves a computer, anything that involves a screen, if it helps generate your revenue, you need to start looking in the eye the technology that is coming up, because it is going to alter things so dramatically, and we're not having these conversations when we already have a struggling middle class, when we already have a wage problem, when we already have a systemic issue that is rooted in a power and lust for money issue. At a corporate and political level, a power and money issue that has bled into where we're at today, a space race for the best AI, and all it's going to do is displace the middle class even further from having a potential route to success by completely decimating the out-of-college entry-level position in the white-collar economy. We all just need to become plumbers and electricians.
Not only is the job market trash right now, AI is completely ruining the application process. You can literally apply for a job and be rejected within an hour. Like, I know that I applied for this job, a recruiter did not review my email or my application at 2 a.m. and reject me. It's being rejected by AI. And I even applied for a job recently and it gave you the option to opt out of AI reviewing your application. But I feel like, okay, if I opt out, is my application gonna get moved to the bottom of the list because I don't want AI? And it's also crazy because most people use AI to create their resume. So I'm using AI to create my resume, and then AI is telling me that my AI resume is not good.
In fact, a whole lot of things are getting automated right now as we speak. Not to mention, in 2026, over 300 AI data centers are expected to be finished in 2026. They're building over 300 of them right now. The ones that are built, people's electricity bills are going up through no fault of their own, and people are getting strained and sucked. The life is just getting sucked out of them. Everywhere they turn, there's more fees being added on to more fees, and people are noticing.
The system is going to collapse. The way that we're doing things right now is not working. People are working full-time jobs. They can't pay their bills. They can't afford rent, their car insurance, their car payment, all of it. It's too much. The prices are going up. The jobs are disappearing. Something is going to happen, I can tell. With AI is advancing way too fast, and humans are not doing it the right way. The jobs are going to get taken over by AI. Then people aren't going to find work. Their bills don't go away. They're not going to be able to pay their bills. What happens if all of us collectively can't pay our bills?
And when the cost of living just gets so out of control, I don't expect anything other than chaos. The only jobs that are going to be left at a certain point are going to be certain blue-collar jobs. But even building houses these days, they can set up a giant 3D printer and start 3D printing these houses. But are they going to, and we're still sending money overseas, billions of dollars. We can't build starter homes here on the US soil that families, just beginner families, can get into and be able to afford it. But we can send billions and billions overseas Does that make any stinking sense to anybody? What happened to this America First stuff? People are getting sick and tired of it. Voting these politicians into office who promise all these things. It's decade after decade. Is anybody noticing, right? They say all these things and then do nothing. It's business as usual every time. But it takes time, Mike, you know, blah, blah, blah. No offense to anybody, but there's people out there who, no matter what is happening, are just unknowingly positive. You know what I mean? I like to be a positive person. I don't want to be negative, but I want to be well-informed, and I want to be able to call the color green, green, right? If I see the color is green, I want to be able to call it green. If folks think that we're going to be living in this utopia, this beautiful utopia, where computers are going to be doing everything for us and there's going to be this universal income, what's going to happen? I've recently found out that AI, beginning December 16th, is going to be reading everybody's messages, private messages online. I would say that they're probably going to be putting people on lists, and you may, you know, several years from now be sitting at some desk having to answer for the things that you've said in messages before. You know, all these computers, all these AI data centers going up isn't going to be for people's freedom. I don't think, you'd have to be insane to think that all this is being built for freedom and security. So all you have to do to know where we're going and where we are is look at the past. And we have all the similarities, all the things going on that happened just before the Great Depression. And it's even worse. We have more people now, more people to feed. We have AI coming in, and that's going to take over a lot of jobs. I would like to hear all of your opinions out there. I'd like to get into more as well, because folks, it's not just the economy of America that's collapsing. The morals have been collapsing for a long time. They've taken God out of the schools. Everything is absolutely depraved these days. You can't trust anybody. Everybody seems to be for themselves. The love of many is waxed cold. Unfortunately, it's tough out there. It's so tough. There's people out there that have done everything right. You know, everything they were told to do in life. You know, go to school or get a trade or whatnot. But once they save up $10,000 for their first home, they need $20,000, $30,000 because the market value of all the houses went up again. So people keep working really hard, and the finish line keeps getting further away from them. And then they're gaslit and they're told, well, work harder, get a fourth or fifth job. And life isn't supposed to be like that. So folks, I'm making these videos all the time. I'm trying to get it out there that right now, while you still can, before it gets too horrible, get out of debt as much as you can. Get into a living situation where you're living below your means. You know, you might not be living in as nice of a place if you're living below your means. By all means, I don't mean like go get a place in the ghetto or something like that. But what I mean is your place of residence may not look as nice, but your quality of life will go up. You know, you may be able to save some money, for the future, for emergencies. Most Americans these days, that's where we're at right now, folks. Most Americans these days can't handle a $400 emergency. They're going paycheck to paycheck, and these people aren't lazy. They're working hard, and people out there, this is what's so disgusting, you know. People out there like to blame it on $8 Starbucks coffees or something like that. Like that's the reason that they're poor all of a sudden. Give me a break. I mean, I don't drink Starbucks myself or nothing like that. I just drink water. But I have a soda every once in a while. I'm getting off topic. But yeah. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. I want to hear your opinions in the comment section below, please, you know. I want to see discussions in the comment section below. That's my favorite part, is when people go back and forth and have discussions, you know. I interact as much as I can. So, yeah. Folks, please give this video a thumbs up. Get this video pushed out there. Share it with people that you think may find value in this video. And most of all glory to God above. God is good. And folks, I don't want to be negative. But I want to be able to point out what the heck is going on around here. You know what I mean? See you in the next video, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Woo! Subscribe.